Good morning students. Today we are going to start with our mathematics of standard 7. We will be doing NCERT syllabus in this YouTube channel. Today we will be starting with our first chapter of standard 7th, that is integers. Before starting that, let us do some recapitulation of previous standard. Now as you all know, numbers can be divided in different sets. Today we are going to talk about two such kind of sets and then we will go with integers. The first set of number is our natural numbers. As you all know, natural number were the first numbers which we have learnt up till now. Now these natural numbers are all positive numbers or counting numbers. If I take example, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on, because it is till infinity, are our natural numbers. So we can say all the positive numbers are our natural numbers. The set of natural number is denoted with capital N. So this we should keep in mind. Now this n number of set, if we identify them on a number line, let us plot the numbers. We start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, on and on. Which is the smallest natural number if we talk about this set? Then 1 is the smallest natural number. Why 1? Because positive numbers start from 1. But we cannot identify the greatest natural number because they are infinite, they are innumerable, they are countless. We can count the numbers but we cannot end till counting. 1 lakh is also a natural number, 2 crore is also a natural number, 5 lakh is also a natural number. So it is on and on. 0 does not come in this set. So what is 0? So here comes our whole numbers. When we add 0 to the set of natural numbers, it becomes whole numbers. 0 plus the set of natural numbers. That is 0 plus all the counting numbers or positive numbers or natural numbers. If we plot them on a number line, then 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, on and on. Now which is the smallest whole number? So 0 is the smallest whole number. There is no greatest whole number again, because as you all know, these numbers are till infinity. So we cannot get the greatest whole numbers. Now let us talk about the next set of numbers. So now the set of natural numbers are all positive numbers and it is denoted with capital N. The set of whole numbers are 0 and all positive numbers. It is denoted by capital W. So set of whole number is denoted by capital W. Set of natural numbers is denoted by capital N. Now we will talk about negative numbers. Where do the negative numbers come in? So here comes the integers. Integers are set of negative numbers plus 0 plus all positive numbers, and it is denoted with capital Z. Now let us plot the numbers on the number line. This is our real number line which we will learn now. Here 0 comes right in the middle. On the right side of 0 comes all positive numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 and on and on. On the left side of 0 comes our negative numbers, that is -1, -2, -3, -4, -5, on and on. Now one thing over here which we have to keep in mind is that the smallest whole number is our 0. The smallest natural number is our 1. Greatest natural number is not there. Greatest whole number is not there. In the same way, when we talk about integers, you can see that integers extend on both the sides. So there is no smallest integer, neither we can say that integers have any greatest number. Integers are infinite on both the sides. Negative numbers are also endless, so there is no smallest negative numbers. Positive numbers are also endless, so there is no greatest positive numbers. So we have learned 3 sets of number. The first one is our natural numbers, which include all positive numbers. Again, if we recollect, whole numbers are 0 plus positive numbers, and our integers are positive numbers, 0 and negative numbers. So are you all clear with it? So let us start with addition and subtraction of integers. Let us learn addition and subtraction of integers. Now we have already seen that in whole numbers we are having positive numbers and 0. So addition and subtraction in whole number is very simple, because the answer comes to a natural number or a whole number. But in integers we also include negative numbers. So here we have to see some rules which are very important to clear before starting with addition and subtraction. The first rule is that when you are doing addition and subtraction of integers, you have to read the number along with the sign. आपको नंबर के आगे जो साइन है वो साइन नंबर के साथ इंक्लूड करके चलना है. जैसे कि अगर मैं एक एग्जांपल लूं यहाँ पे कि -5, तो इसको हम -5 नहीं -5 ही बोलेंगे, प्लस -6. तो ये दोनों नंबर जो है -5 और -6 ऐसे ही रीड करने हैं हमें नंबर्स. बीच की जो साइन है उसको अभी हमें कंसिडर नहीं करना होता है. तो ये एक रूल आपको याद रखना है. उस accordingly you see the table which I have prepared over here, that when we are having two positive numbers, the operation will come to addition. When we are having two negative numbers, the operation will come to addition. But if we have one positive number and the other number is negative, then we have to do the operation as subtraction. In the same way, if we have one negative number and the second number is positive, we have to go for subtraction. यानी कि plus plus add, minus minus add, plus minus subtract, minus plus subtract. This rule you have to keep in mind forever. Now we will see few examples related to this topic. Over here, first I have taken two positive numbers, 73 plus 27. तो ये तो हम जब जैसे करते थे ऐसे ही करना है. 73 plus 27 comes to 100. Which kind of 100? A positive 100. Because both the numbers are having positive sign. Because these are natural numbers. Now we will go for one integer sum. -73 plus -27. यहाँ पे पहले हमें इसको सिंप्लीफाई करना है. प्लस माइनस माइनस, तो ये हो गया हमारा माइनस. -73 -27. अब हमें करना है वापस माइनस माइनस प्लस. सो 73 plus 27 again 100. But which kind of 100? Sign of the bigger number. यहाँ पे हमें ये याद रखना है कि जैसे अब ऐसे ऑपरेशंस है तो हमें ये देखना है हर बार कि जो फाइनल आंसर आता है उसकी जो साइन है शुड बी अकॉर्डिंग टू द साइन ऑफ द बिगर नंबर। बिगेस्ट नंबर के सामने जो साइन है वही साइन हमें लेनी है। तो यहाँ पे माइनस की साइन है तो आंसर आएगा -100। नाउ ओवर हियर वन मोर सम, -8 माइनस -4। तो अब हमें ये दोनों माइनस को माइनस माइनस क्या होगा प्लस, सो वील कीप अ साइन ऑफ प्लस ओवर हियर। देन -8 प्लस 4, ये दोनों माइनस को कन्वर्ट करेंगे तो वो बन जाता है +4। नाउ माइनस प्लस माइनस, 8 minus 4, 4. So answer is 4. But sign of the bigger number, the bigger number is 8. Sign क्या है यहाँ पे माइनस की, तो answer is -4. Now if we have three numbers together, so what we have to do is first of all we have to solve the first two numbers. So here 35 plus minus 25. So 35 will remain as it is, minus plus minus 25 and this minus will remain as it is over here. अब इन दोनों को हम कैलकुलेट करेंगे। 35 minus 25 comes to 10. 10 minus 15. Again ये पॉजिटिव 10 है तो प्लस माइनस माइनस, 15 minus 5 is equal to 5 and sign of the bigger number. So -5 is your answer. So ऐसे बहुत सारे सम हमारे टेक्स्ट बुक में है, तो you start doing such kind of sums. This is the most important point of this chapter. So now let us see the properties of addition and subtraction. As you have already studied the properties of whole numbers, there is very little difference between the property of whole number and integers. Somewhere it is different. So let us see the difference. We will do closer property of integer. Now when we talk about integer, if I take a plus b are two integers, then the answer comes to an integer, is always an integer. In the same way, if I talk about minus, a minus b, if both are integers, the answer is c, is also an integer. Because when we add two positive numbers, or we add one positive and one negative number, or we add two negative numbers, the answer comes to a number, and numbers are always integers, whether they are whole numbers or natural numbers or integers. They both are applicable to closer property of addition and subtraction. If we take one example over here, then 2 plus 4 is equal to 6. So 6 is an integer. If we talk about -3 minus -4, then what does come? Let us see. Minus plus. Plus minus minus. 4 minus 3 comes to 1 over here, which is again an integer. So we can say that a plus b is equal to c is an integer and a minus b is equal to c is again an integer. So closure property for integers in addition and subtraction is applicable. Now let us talk about the next property, that is our commutative property. In commutative property, if we talk about addition, then a plus b or b plus a, the answer comes to same. यानी कि अगर हम पहले a को b के साथ प्लस करते हैं या तो हम b को a के साथ प्लस करते हैं, दोनों का आंसर एक ही आना चाहिए. Let us see to one example. 2 plus 4, or we write 4 plus 2. The answer comes to 6. 6. So both the numbers are applicable. So we can say that commutative property for addition is applicable. Now let us see what about subtraction. Now if we talk about subtraction. Is subtraction commutative to the numbers or integers? Let us see. A minus B is equal to B minus A. It should happen, then we can say that commutative property is applicable in subtraction of integers. यानी कि दोनों का आंसर अगर सिमिलर आता है तो हम बोल सकते हैं कि commutative property of integers is applicable on subtraction also. So let us see, we'll take one example. 5 minus 3 or -3 -5, यानी कि हमारा जो A है वो +5 है और हमारा जो B है वो -3 है. अगर हम दो नंबर्स लेते हैं +5 and -3, so let us solve. Minus plus, so 5 plus 3, that is equal to 8. Minus plus -3 plus -5 comes to minus. So now let us see the associative property of integers. If you remember the associative property of whole numbers, you know that when we add three whole numbers, we take it in any order, the answer comes the same. So this is what we have to do with integers. Let us see. If we take three integers, suppose we take A plus B plus C, it is equal to A plus C plus B or B plus C plus A. If we add in any order the three numbers, the answer should come same. So if we make it a precise one, then we can say that A B को पहले ऐड करो या तो फिर B C को पहले ऐड करो और इसके आंसर में A ऐड करो. The answer comes to same. Let us take one small example. If we are taking -3 plus -7 plus -1. Now, if we take first A and B, minus plus minus, so -3 -7, minus plus, so -10 is our answer, plus 1, which we are having outside the bracket. So plus minus again, -10 plus -1 comes to -11. Now, if we see in the other way, that is -3 plus -7 plus -1. We'll take -7 plus -1 first and then we'll add -3 to 8. So -3 we'll keep as it is. -7 plus -1 comes to -8. Now we'll add both the numbers, minus plus. So we will do -11, we'll get the answer. So both the answers are same. So we can say that associative property to addition is applicable. One more thing over here, what is additive identity? Now, as we all know that 0 is the additive identity for whole numbers. So same we can say for integers. 0 is the additive identity for whole numbers and integers also. How? So let us see. We take any integer. 7 plus 0, answer comes to -7. 8 plus 0, answer comes to 8. -10 plus 0, answer comes to -10. So whether we take a negative number or a positive number and we add 0 to it, the answer comes to the same number. That is the additive identity of integer. 0 is the additive identity of integer. We say that minus plus 8 and -8 are not equal to each other. So commutative property for subtraction is not applicable. So next is our associative property. Now looking towards the multiplication of integers. Before starting with multiplication of integers, let us see how we do multiplication of whole numbers. We take two whole number, 3 multiplied by 4 is equal to 12. Now do we have to think over here that the 12 will be a positive integer or a negative integer? No, because both the numbers are positive numbers. So when we are talking about whole numbers, that is our positive numbers, the answer will come to a positive number. But when we are talking about integers, we have minus 3 into minus 4. When we are having two negative numbers, then what will be the answer? Answer is 12. 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. But this 12 should be a positive number or a negative number. Then here what we have to remember is, when we are having two negative integers, that is minus 4 into minus 3. Minus minus plus. So the answer will come to a positive number. The product will be a positive number. When we multiply two negative integers, the answer will be a positive integer. Now if we multiply three negative numbers, minus 3 into minus 4 into minus 1. The answer will come 3 4s are 12, 12 1s are 12. But whether this number will be a positive number or a negative number. So minus minus plus. So we got plus over here and minus we are already having. Plus minus minus. So our answer will be negative 12. So when we add three negative integers, the answer, the product comes to negative integer. In the same way, when we add 4 negative numbers, let us see what happens. Minus 3 into minus 4 into minus 1 into minus 2. What answer will get? 3 4s are 12, 12 1s are 12, 12 2s are 24. But this 24 will be a negative integer or a positive integer. That we have to find out over here. Minus minus plus, plus minus minus, and one more minus sign. So minus minus again will become plus. Plus plus will be plus. So answer will be a positive integer. In short, what we have to remember is that when we take one negative number and one positive number, means if we are having only one negative number, the product comes to a negative number. When we are having two negative numbers and we multiply them, the product comes to a positive number. When we have three negative numbers and we multiply them, the answer comes to a negative number. When we have four negative integers and we multiply them, the answer comes to a positive integer. Here one very easy trick to remember. If the number of negative integers are odd, the answer comes to a negative number. And if the numbers are in even, that is our negative integers are in even form, the answer comes to a positive integer. So do you understand or shall I repeat in Hindi? Okay, let me repeat in Hindi. अगर हम दो इंटीजर्स लेते हैं, दो नेगेटिव इंटीजर्स लेते हैं, तो हमारा आंसर एक पॉजिटिव नंबर आएगा. जब हम तीन नेगेटिव इंटीजर्स लेते हैं तो हमारा आंसर नेगेटिव में आएगा. अगर हम चार नेगेटिव इंटीजर्स लेते हैं तो हमारा आंसर पॉजिटिव में आएगा. यानी कि जब हम ऑड नंबर्स लेते हैं तो आंसर नेगेटिव आता है, इवन में लेते हैं तो आंसर पॉजिटिव आता है. सो अंडरस्टूड? Okay, so now let us see the identity element of multiplication. Now we will see the multiplicative identity of integers. As you all know, 1 is the multiplicative identity of whole number. So does it be applicable to integers? Let us see. If we multiply a with 1, the answer should come a. Now if we take a as a negative number, that is minus 1 into 1, what we will get? Minus 1. Because minus plus minus. So here we can say that 1 is the multiplicative identity of integers also. Let us take few more examples. 5 multiplied by 1 is equal to 5. Plus plus plus. Minus 6 into 1 is equal to minus 6. Now, if I change the order, 1 multiplied by minus 8, what will come the answer? 1 multiplied by 8 is 8, plus minus minus. So, again 1 is the identity element of multiplication for integers, whole numbers, natural numbers, all. Now, if we talk about 0. Multiplication by 0 for integers. Here I take a multiplied by 0 or is equal to 0 multiplied by a. Answer is 0. When we multiply any number, whether it is a whole number or an integer, with 0, the answer comes to 0 because it is a null number. So there is no multiplication possible with 0. If I take few examples, then minus 1 into 0, 0 ones are 0. Ab 0 is not a positive number, not a negative number. So we don't have to think about plus minus minus or minus plus minus. If I say minus, then here 0 is not a positive number, not a negative number. So no need to think 0 means 0. It is not a negative number, it is not a positive number. So if I take minus 7 into 0, answer comes to 0. If I take 0 into minus 9, तो क्या आंसर आएगा? Minus 9? 9. Again 0. If I take 3 into 0, answer comes to 0. If I take 0 into 5, answer comes to 0. So we can say that multiplication by 0 of integer comes to 0. Now we will see different properties of multiplication. Now we will start with closure property of multiplications. The closure property of addition and subtraction we have already done, which says that when we add or subtract two integers, the answer comes to an integer. Same way, when we multiply any two integers, the answer should come to an integer. So let us see. If we take A and B, two different integers, and we multiply them, the answer comes to an integer. We will take two examples. Suppose we multiply minus 20 with minus 5. Or we multiply 12 with minus 30. Let us see what comes the answer. Minus 20 multiplied by minus 5 comes to 100. The 100 will be a positive 100 because we are having two negative numbers. So answer comes to a positive when we multiply two negative numbers. Now 12 multiplied by 30, the answer comes to 360, but it will be a negative 360 because we are having one negative number and one positive number. When we multiply in odd numbers, a negative number is there or two negative numbers are there, then we go for even. If we are having odd numbers of negative numbers in multiplication, the answer comes to negative. If we are having even numbers in multiplication as negative, the answer comes to positive. And we can see that all the numbers over here are integer. So closure property is applicable for multiplication. Now we will see commutative property of multiplication. The commutative property of multiplication says that when we multiply two integers and if we change the order, that is, if we multiply a by b or b by a, the answer is same. Let us take two examples again. We will go with same numbers. Minus 20 multiplied by minus 5. Or we multiply minus 5 by minus 20. Our answer should come same. 20 multiplied by 5 is 100. And as both the numbers are negative, it comes to a positive 100. 5 multiplied by 20 again comes to a positive 100. So your commutative property for multiplication is applicable. One more example. If we take minus 12 multiplied by 30 is equal to 30 multiplied by minus 12. Minus 12 into 30 comes to 360 as only one negative number, so it is minus 360. 30 multiplied by 12 again comes to 360, only one negative number, so minus 360. So here we can see that commutative property of multiplication is applicable because both the answers are same. Associative property of multiplication. Same way in addition and subtraction we have seen that whether if we are having three integers, now we are talking about three integers. If we are having three integers a, b and c and we multiply them, we had done addition in addition. Now we are talking about multiplication, so we will multiply. Then if I change the order, that means if I add these two numbers, if I multiply these two numbers first and then the answer will see, or I multiply the last two numbers and answer with the first number, the answer comes same. Let us take some examples. Minus 3 multiplied by minus 2 multiplied by minus 5. Suppose this is our sum. Is equal to minus 3 multiplied by minus 2 multiplied by minus 5. Now what I will do is I will multiply 3 and 2 over here first, and in this side I will be multiplying minus 2 and 5 first. The answer should come same. Now let us see. 3 multiplied by 2 comes to 6. Both are negative numbers, so positive 6. The 5 we will take as it is, minus 5. 6 multiplied by 5 is 30 plus minus, so minus 30. So our answer over here is minus 30. Now the other side. Minus 3 we will take it as it is. 2 multiplied by 5 is 10. Both the numbers are negative, so a positive 10. 3 multiplied by 10 is 30. Minus 3 is negative, one negative number, so sign of negative. Minus 30 minus 30. So here it is proved that associative property of multiplication is applicable. Now if we talk about division, then in division none of the properties are applicable. Closure property, commutative property, associative property or distributive property. All the four properties are not applicable for division because when we divide the number in any other order, the answer changes. In the same way in closure property. We'll talk about all the 4 properties of division first. If we talk about closure property, in closure property, the property says that when we divide 2 integers, the answer should come to an integer. But if I divide 2 by 4, the answer comes to a decimal number or a fractional number. Here I would like to suggest you one thing, that all the fractional numbers, that is q upon p numbers, or all the point wala numbers, they are not integers. They are not integers. Integers are only positive numbers, 0 and negative numbers. Now इस positive और negative numbers के बीच में जो fractional numbers और decimal numbers आते हैं, उनको हम बोल सकते हैं rational numbers. Rational numbers आपको standard 8 में आते हैं. तो अभी आपको इतना ही समझना है कि closure property of integers is not possible. Okay? Then, because the answer of closure property of division for integers comes in fractional or in decimal. In the same way, commutative property is also not possible because when we change the order, the answer changes in division. At the same time, associative property is also not possible because when we change the order of numbers, the answer changes. Why it changes, how it changes, those things we will learn in higher standards. Now we will go for distributive property. Distributive property of addition and distributive property of subtraction. We will divide the distributive property into 2 parts. Now when we take 3 numbers, that is A, B and C. Here I have already written an equation, A multiplied by B plus C. We can take it in both the ways, A multiplied by B plus A multiplied by C. Let us see with an example. 6 multiplied by 10 plus 2 is equal to 6 into 10 plus 6 into 2. That means that we can take this 6 once by 10 and then once with 2. Or we can do it directly. 6 multiplied by 10 plus 2 is 12. Here 6 10s are 60 plus 6 2s are 12. 6 2s are 12. 6 multiplied by 12 is 72 and 60 plus 12 is also 72. So this is the distributive property of addition. We can perform in both the ways. Now distributive property for subtraction. If we take 4 multiplied by 8 minus 2, where 4 into 8 minus 4 into 2. That means this 4 first we have taken with 8 and then with 2. Now 4 into 8 minus 2 is 6. 4 8s are 32 minus 4 2s are 8. 4 6s are 24. 32 minus 8 is also 24. So even we can say that distributive property for subtraction is possible. Now we will do division of integers. Now as we have done some properties of multiplication of integers, in the same way, before that we need to understand what are the rules for division of integer. Now let us take one example. 72 divided by minus 9. This is our number. Now what will be the answer? 72 divided by minus 9 comes to minus 8. Why -8? Because when we have one integer with negative number and the other integer is a positive number, then sign comes of negative. In the answer will be a negative number. As we have done in multiplication, when there are odd numbers of numbers, we take minus in multiplication. And when there are even numbers to be multiplied, we take addition. Over here in division, we have always two numbers. Out of those two numbers, if both the numbers are positive, the answer will come to positive. If one number is negative, the answer will come to negative. Now, if both the numbers are negative, suppose we have -72 divided by -9. Both the numbers are negative. Then the answer will come 8, but that will be a positive number. Plus की sign करते नहीं हम usually, but it is a positive number. So what you have to remember is, if we have one negative number, the answer comes to negative. If both the numbers are negative, the answer comes to positive. If both the numbers are positive, the answer comes to positive. बस इतना ही हमें डिवीजन में याद रखना है. So here we end up with our session. In our next session, we will be doing different sums of all the exercises from your textbook. We will be learning how to solve the sums with the properties which we have learned today. Today what we have done is, we have done introduction of integers. We have gone through all the four properties, that is closure property, commutative property, associative property and distributive property. We have seen how these four properties work with integers and all the four operations of math. What are the four basic operations of math? Addition, subtraction, multiplication and division. So we have learned how these four operations work with different properties and integers. So we will meet soon in our next session. Stay safe, be at home. Thank you.